K Nation. Sponsored by K-State Superstore and 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K Nation, Allen Fieldhouse might feel a little emptier. A personality we've invited into our homes for years is retiring. Why he decided to hang up the headset.
And meanwhile, Devin Neal, he's in the middle of a great career as a Jayhawk. I sat down with the running back to hear what it means for him to be a part of a turnaround in his hometown.
Plus, Gabby Gregory is having a heck of a season with the Wildcats. Why the Big 12 transfer is playing with a chip on her shoulder. Welcome to K Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm Glenn Kinley. We'll get to all those stories and much more, but we start with some really big wins on the basketball court.
Yeah, for both schools.
It was an exciting Saturday. The Jayhawks get a top 15 matchup, number 14, Indiana. This is a true meeting of the Blue Bloods, and the Jayhawks dominated in this one. A stellar performance on all fronts. KU puts up 84 points. It was the defense that was really good, though. 17 steals. That's an all-time high under Bill Self at KU, and he says this is the best Grady Dick has played all season. The freshman put up 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals. Kevin McCullough Jr. and DeJuan Harris Jr. both add double-doubles. Christian Brown says DeJuan Harris, the best point guard in the country. It's a feel-good win for the Jayhawks.
The last 8 days, we performed at a pretty high level, and I thought our activity defensively was terrific. I thought we played better today than we did against Missouri. You know, against Missouri, they got some looks that were pretty good looks that didn't make it. Today, played 5-on-5. I thought our defense was the best it's been.
Hawks are 9-1 with the only loss coming to a ranked Tennessee team that Bill Self called a real wake-up call for the team. Kansas hosts Harvard on Thursday. Winner gets to keep the color crimson. That's what they agreed on.
That's Lainey's new rule she's passing. Well, Kansas with a huge win over a blue blood. K-State, I don't know if we would call Nebraska a blue blood, but still an old rivalry matchup that they're kind of renewing, so still an exciting win.
Yeah, it was a neutral site game in Kansas City, but the Wildcats were hosting. They still got their logo on the floor, and it was definitely a home game with the amount of Cats fans that were there.
For sure.
Oh yeah, so much of a home game. The students even brought the kickoff keys to KC. Kickoff keys for Keontae Johnson. Yeah, he's been tearing it up this year from the top of the key or anywhere else. In the first half, the 3 ball was flying for the Cats. Marquise Noel finds Desi Sills, who hits one from deep. And let's flip the script. This time, Sills dribbling and Noel connecting on a deep 3 ball. Noel hit 3 threes in the first half and was mean mugging down the court.
Oh, yeah.
Wildcats were putting on a show for that stellar crowd that traveled.
Blown away by our fan support. That was like the guys, the staff, they came back in, I think it was after the first warm-up period, and Dream was like, Coach, the energy out there is different. It's like an NCAA tournament game, man. It's buzzing. It's pretty awesome to play in there and have a home court advantage.
Easy to cheer on the team, obviously, when they're making plays like that. Naquan Tomlin slams it home. The dunks were piling in. You could call them Lob City. Marquise Noel to Keontae Johnson. Johnson, a big smile after that one, rightfully so. And Keontae did it on defense, too. He's got the handles, and he can handle it himself. Look out below. He puts that man on a poster. Hang that one up in your bedroom. The Cats win and move to 10-1 on the season.
Women's basketball didn't have to get too crazy this week. Both the Jayhawks and the Wildcats kept on winning. Kansas welcomed Tulsa to Allen Fieldhouse and gets the 81-62 win. Jayhawks are a perfect 10-0, 4th time in program history that they start the season undefeated through 10 games. Hawks are ranked number 22 in the AP Top 25.
And they might take a jump when the new AP poll comes out. The Wildcats right behind the Jayhawks, a 10-2 record. And on the outside looking in on the top 25, they played host to Northern Colorado just this afternoon, picking up a 69-57 win. Gabby Gregory with 20 points and 9 rebounds. A little spoiler alert, we're going to talk about her later in this show. Also, senior forward Emily Ebert, she broke the school record today for most consecutive free throws made with 38 free throws. That was 30 and last season, 8 to start this, or 8 from last season, 30 from this season. I once missed 8 in a row in an intramural basketball game.
I've probably missed 38 in a row at this point. She's going to give Kobe Bryant a little run for his money on that streak.
She might.
Just saying. Well, the movie Sandlot has a great line from Babe Ruth. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Yeah, plenty of heroes, of course, have come through Allen Fieldhouse over the years. We know that. But a legend just retired from the game, and K-Nation reporter Caroline Soro shares the story of KU broadcaster Dave Armstrong.
Well, there have been quite a few legends who have stepped foot into this very building. But believe it or not all of them actually stepped foot onto the court. Some of the most influential people in the game are on the sidelines. That became Dave Armstrong's famous trademark phrase, and he remembers the first time he said it like it was yesterday.
It was in 1984, Danny Manning's freshman year at Kansas, and Cedric Hunter was the point guard, and he threw an alley-oop pass up to Manning, who was flying down the baseline, and Manning reached up with one hand, and I swear he was almost to the top of the glass, and with one hand he slammed it down, and I went, wow! And as soon as I said it, I got chills. And I went, I think I got my catchphrase.
He may be known for his timeless calls, but Dave's attitude off the floor is a large part of his legacy.
I was always impressed with his professionalism, not only on the air, but off it, the way he treated other people, the way he accepted a young guy like me. And I always tried to pattern my work ethic after his. And so, yes, we remember him for all the big-time calls and his great depictions and descriptions of the game, but I also remember a really down-to-earth, approachable guy.
Guys like Haney have gone from watching Armstrong as kids to working alongside him. And after 38 years of calling KU hoops across different networks, he's finally decided to hang up the headset.
So honored to have been a part of that program for so many years, to be a part of Big 12 basketball for so many years, to be a part of the rich history of the Big 8 conference. I had my run. I had a great time. And I honestly wanted to pass that torch to that next generation.
His calls live on. I mean, some of the signature moments have his voice stamped all over them, and we can always go back to those.
He is a legend for sure in Allen Fieldhouse. They got Brian Haney's the voice of the Jayhawks. Everyone knows him, and everyone knows Armstrong too. Those two have been doing it for a while, and they do a great job.
Broadcasters retiring almost hits just as hard as when players retire, if not more, because you are listening to them all the time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We're just getting started here on K-Nation. Coming up later, we got more excitement for you. In fact, Mason Both, he joins us in studio to talk all things Wildcats, including the key to a victory in the Sugar Bowl against Alabama.
But first, how Gabby Gregory made her statement right away as a Wildcat. And, of course, we have top plays from the week, so we'll see you in a minute.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
What makes Best Reviews the best reviews?
Milk?
They have an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on pretty much everything. So you can be confident that whatever you're buying is right for you, no matter what life throws at it. Like your daughter Clementine, for example. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Sports! We have everything
that you're looking for
at Play It Again Sports.
New and used sports and fitness equipment with used up to 50% off retail.
You can create your own discount by trading in and trading up. Sell us your gear and get cash on the spot, or even get store credit.
Play It Again Sports has something for every athlete. All seasons, all sports, on any budget. We're open every day in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Game on!
You don't wait days for prescription medicine. Why would you wait days for prescription glasses?
At Success Vision, they make the lenses in the store, so you get them in hours, not days.
My no-line bifocals were ready in a couple of hours, and I only paid half what I used to pay.
The eye doctor next door, they take walk-ins, and my eye exam was great.
They really care about the health of your eyes.
For the best eyewear experience, you've got to go to Success Vision.
Prepare for 39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
One K-State women's basketball player is making a case for Comeback Player of the Year.
That's right. Gabby Gregory recently surpassed 1,000 career points in her college career.
Little impressive.
And I went to Manhattan. It's very impressive. I went to Manhattan just a few days ago to hear about her impressive turnaround.
I mean, nobody really expected anything of me, so yes, I guess I have like a little bit of chip on my shoulder.
Gabby Gregory averaged just under 17 points per game as a sophomore at Oklahoma.
Gregory with the mid-range.
Her junior year in Norman, not so great.
I didn't really do much of anything at all.
And in the portal, she knew exactly what she wanted.
I knew the caliber of team that they had, just having to play against them twice a year for the past 3 years. So it just, and I also wanted to stay in conference. So it just made for a very easy transition.
Things that we were looking for in the transfer portal were, we wanted toughness, we wanted a player that could get to the free throw line, we wanted a player that could shoot the three. She checked all the boxes.
The process was rather simple, and so far it's been a match made in heaven.
She's just going to be aggressive. She's passionate too, which is a lot of fun to play with. Just seeing her get and ones and be physical down low, but also be able to step out and shoot threes. She's a hard player to guard for some opponents.
Coach Mitty describes her as
fearless, aggressive. She's a smart player.
So even when the numbers from a season ago didn't show it,
none of this surprises me. All she needed to do is get healthy.
And Gabby believed in herself.
I don't think anyone really expected me to do anything. I knew that I was capable of doing it just because I knew how hard I had worked and everything.
She's going to be up for a lot of Comeback Player of the Year awards, not just in the Big 12, but nationally. And I do think people have slept on her as I read across the country.
And if you're a Gabby Gregory fan, she's got some merch that she sells. I'm sure you can find it online. I think Barstool Sports is actually selling it. A little NIL deal for her.
Ooh, say less. It's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah, maybe you're going to get
Mom.
it. I thought you were suggesting you're going to get it for me.
My mom will get us matching ones.
Oh, that's great. Tell Mom I said thank you. She also played for Oklahoma last year, and Aoka Lee scored 61 points on her. So they give her a hard time about that sometimes, but she's glad to be with the Wildcats now.
You got to do what you got to do.
Right.
You earn the trash talk.
Right.
Well, she is one of the top players at either college right now, but now it is time for top plays of the week from
Let's
either
do it.
school.
There were some really, really good plays this week, and we'll start in Lawrence. We could have gone with maybe just the passing from DeJuan Harris as a whole, but Bill Self said he has eyes all around his head, and Christian Brown called him the best point guard in the country. A couple great passes there, but here's the best one late. Oh, no look pass, one-handed to Bobby Bedford. You know, that was simply impressive, and you know that because you didn't just hear cheers, you heard the crowd go, oh.
Yeah.
I think I did that too when I saw it. My jaw was on the floor. It was unbelievable.
And it's just the casual that he uses
nothing
with.
about it. Like it's easy.
Well, we kind of touched on this already, but for K-State, the top play has to be the amount of times the Wildcats were able to play above the rim. Kansas City was shaking against Nebraska, and so was the goalpost. Marquise Noel was throwing up alley-oops. Naquan Tomlin was breaking hearts and breaking backboards. And, of course, Keontae Johnson was putting grown men on posters. This is just a fun team to watch, and they take home the top play of the week. It's crazy how Jerome Tang was able to take all these guys from different teams, different backgrounds, fill a roster, and they work so well
They just play
together.
such an exciting brand of basketball. Not a knock on the last year's team or anything, but this is different. We didn't see this a year ago.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right, coming up after the break on K-Nation, one of the best running backs in the Big 12. He's just a sophomore. Hear from Devin Neal on how he's proving doubters wrong at KU.
Hurry in and beat the clock. It's the year-end savings event now at the Mattress Hub. Save up to 50% off, including the Sealy doorbuster deals that fit every budget. Or relax in luxury with free adjustable bases on a huge selection of Beautyrest mattresses. Year-end savings only at the Mattress Hub.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Golden Corral on Southwest Wanamaker Road has been locally owned since 1999. Come join us in our newly remodeled dining room with updated decor, a stone fireplace, and an enhanced buffet area. Breakfast served Saturdays and Sundays. Pickup orders and catering available. Golden Corral in Topeka is looking for great service-minded people to fill positions with advancement opportunities. Serious applicants can walk in to complete an application.
Come on in and join us
at Golden Corral. Jump the track to Iron Rail Brewing, the Midwest's best comfort foods and brews. Experience the taste of downtown, celebrating great food, great drinks, and memories that make history.
When you work with a Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Wastel Realty agent, you'll get all the benefits of working with someone who has knowledge of the neighborhoods and communities you are considering calling home. Whether you are listing a house for sale or searching for your dream home, selecting a real estate agent is an important first step when buying or selling a home. Contact a Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Wastel Realty agent today to get started.
Watch David George, weeknights on 27 News.
Devin Neal is proud to be a part of a turnaround that is really changing the football program in Lawrence, especially considering he grew up just a few miles from campus.
Yeah, I caught up with Devin Neal just this afternoon to hear about his journey to KU and how the Jayhawks are feeling ahead of the Liberty Bowl. All right, Devin, thanks so much for your time, man. You guys are going bowling, and we're getting pretty close, too. How amped up are you? How ready are you to get down to Memphis and play in that game?
I'm super excited. You know, we're doing something that hasn't been done here in such a long time, and to, you know, be playing football in December this late, and, you know, it just means everything to me. I know it means a lot to my family and this community as well. So we're super excited. We're getting ready and just getting amped up for it.
Now, you grew up here in Lawrence. Did you know your whole life you wanted to play football for KU, or was it kind of a weird recruitment process? You had to drive a whole 10 minutes down to the campus, or what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't think I would be here, you know, early on, you know, but then again, I didn't necessarily know what really my calling was, you know, to really play sports at the next level and what sport it was, you know, and you know, just kind of having it land like this and, you know, being a Jayhawk, it just means everything to me. So
when you did commit to KU, it maybe wasn't the most obvious decision to a lot of people, right? Did people call you crazy? Now it looks you look pretty smart, right? Did people call you crazy? Did you have to kind of tell people this is where I want to be?
Yeah, I mean, I heard it all. You know, just a lot of people, you know, calling me dumb, and you know, just a lot of people just questioning why I would do it, why I would waste my career in quotation. You know, a lot of people said that to me. You know, a lot of people who didn't know me, didn't know what I was about, and you know, I'm all about the challenge. You know, and high school did something similar. You know, kind of rebuilding what once was, and you know, I found that as a challenge to me, and you know, I wanted to buy into this program, do everything I could to, you know, lead and play and be the part of the turnaround for this program. And, you know, to see it happen and, you know, happen so early for me and early in my career, it just means everything.
Yeah, what can you talk more about what that means, the emotions that go into that? Obviously, you grew up right here in town. You come here, you want to do this whole turnaround, and now I don't want to say we're there yet, but we're certainly taking steps in the right direction. 6-6, you're headed to a bowl game. What does that mean growing up here?
Yeah, I mean, I just go back to how hard I've worked and how hard that a lot of people have coached me to get to this point, you know, and, you know, I just reflect on that. You know, it was a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication that took you. I mean, you really got to love this game, and, you know, to be doing it for my hometown school, I mean, it just makes it much more sweet, you know, and I just love my decision of staying here and my decision to just give it my all no matter what.
Yeah. At Big 12 Media Days before the season, I remember you talked about finding your calling and whether or not football was that, and that I think you said something along the lines of you only want to play as long as you're enjoying it. Right. Are you still enjoying it? You're still having a good time out here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I love it. And like I said, you got to love this game to play it. And, you know, I definitely do love it. And I love everything that it's taught me, you know, from beyond just a football standpoint. You know, it taught me to really buy in with a bunch of other dudes, you know, from a lot of different areas, you know, and that's what's so special about it. You know, no one really cares about where you're from, what you've been through. It's just a brotherhood, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that a guy named Lance Leipold's had a pretty big role in your football career, but in the turnaround here. What is it about Coach Leipold that makes him able to do something like you guys are doing right now?
I just think he's just such a player's coach, and, you know, I think he genuinely cares about every single player on his team. And, you know, the one thing that really stood out to me is when he first got here was, you know, he set up individual meetings with every single guy on the team. And, you know, you don't see that too often. And, you know, from top to bottom, he's going to coach you the same way, and there's no favoritism either. So that's the one thing I love about him, and, you know, it really helped me trust him even quicker.
Another guy that you work alongside really closely is Andy Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator. What is his impact on this team? I think his creativity probably goes into that, but he's also a very smart guy. I'm sure you can explain it better than me.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit it on the head, creative, smart, and, you know, I just think he's just one of those guys who you're just attracted to his energy. You know, he's fired up almost all the time, and you know, even though sometimes he does yell at us, but it's just funny just looking back on how much progress we made as a team and all the goals he set for us as an offense, and we just keep on getting better, and I think even he still feels like he has a chip on his shoulder to keep on getting better with his play calling too, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah, you guys a pretty confident group going down to Memphis, you think?
Oh yeah, I think we're really confident in what we're doing and how we're doing it too, so that's what's really important.
All right, Devin, have a great Christmas, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. You too.
Well, the best part about Devin Neal for Jayhawk fans is he'll be back next year.
Perfect.
That's exciting stuff.
That's all we want to see. And we are not done yet. Coming up on K-Nation, Mason Both from EMA Online is in studio, ready to kick off a discussion on all things Wildcat sports. That's after the break.
Hear that? It's edge of your seat. He blows the body off the car. Entertainment at top speed. Camping World NHRA races where top drivers compete to be the best. But don't blink.
Who's got the horsepower? It is going to be Justin Ashley. A dazzling Top Fuel final.
You could miss it. It's the Menards NHRA Nationals presented by Pet Armor. August 11th through 13th at Heartland Motorsports Park in Topeka. Every ticket's a pit pass and kids 12 and under are free. Get tickets early and save at NHRA.com.
This tire is made for a person that needs more traction in snow and mud and for that next hunting trip. Whereas this tire is made for that person who needs to get to work on time and have that nice, smooth, quiet ride to the next soccer tournament. Our customers keep coming back because they value our trusted relationship and our highly trained technicians and staff. So if you haven't tried us in a while, give us a call or visit us at either of our two locations, 1735 North Kansas or our new location at 17th and Topeka Boulevard.
In a strong community, everyone does their part.
At Devon James, we made it part of our mission to celebrate those who keep Kansas strong.
We recognize and support charitable organizations across our great state.
We spotlight good deeds by individuals and families in our community.
We lend support to help people in need of a little extra help.
And we honor our veterans for their service to our country.
We care about Kansas.
And that's why
Devon James wins. Call or text 888-8888.
You're helping her study for a geography test, but how can you think about states and cities? When a burger with steak, butter, and bacon sounds like the best, with grilled onions and 2 slices of cheese. Father-daughter cheeseburgers, what's better than that? She's about to find out. You can't read a map. Hey! Sonic steak, butter, bacon, cheeseburger.
Sonic.
Welcome back to K-Nation. We got to take some time now to chat it up about all things Wildcats football and basketball. And Lainey, we got the perfect guest for just that.
Yeah, Mason Both from EMA Online and Rivals joins us now in studio. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me come on up. I enjoy being back in Topeka, so it's fun to get up here.
Well, after yesterday's performance for K-State men's basketball, should they be ranked?
It might be a little too soon for that. To me, the thing that's still lacking from K-State is that full 40-minute performance that they've shown. They also haven't played, this top-tier competition yet, but I do think last night was still significant for them with what they did against Nebraska. They've got some players. Fred Hoiberg still may lose his job after this year, but they are playing better, and I think that there is some promise. And K-State was able to shut him down. Derek Walker, there was a ton of reasons why he should have had a big night last night, being with his homecoming to Kansas City. And K-State was still able to play great defense on him. And I thought the most impressive thing about K-State, and one of the things that might set them up in the future to be a ranked team, is Keontae Johnson through the first 7-8 minutes of that game. It looked like it was going to be his worst game as a Wildcat.
Yeah.
Then it turns into 23 points at the end of the game, and he turned it on. And to have a guy that can go from, hey, it's not looking like a good night, but can still find it in the middle of the game or at the end of the game, that's significant because I don't think K-State's had that even when Nigel Pack was in town the last 2 years.
What's the proper reaction right now from Wildcat fans? Are we overreacting, underreacting? Because they're 10-1. It looks great on paper, but they maybe, I don't know that they've played a tournament team, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a reason to say that's an overreaction, mainly because Jerome Tang, the energy that he provides and how great he seems to fit what's going on in Manhattan, there's no reason to overreact to that. I think it's a big deal. And then being 10-1 is better than what I would have anticipated at this point. I probably 9-3 would have made it a little bit more sense, or whatever the math works out to there. But they've been able to kind of step it up, and win the games they should. Unfortunately, the hiccup at Butler. But it's tough to go unbeaten in the non-con, even if you have a pretty soft schedule like they do. So a road loss to a Big East team isn't a big deal. They look like a team right now that can compete in the Big 12. And this team is better than the team that was in town last year. And even they were competitive in almost every single game they played. And so that gives me reason to be optimistic about K-State and what they can do this year.
And Jerome Chang said the difference between a Christmas and a Merry Christmas is winning that game on Wednesday. So hopefully they can actually
They need to have a Merry Christmas for sure. We got to talk football, though. We've talked so much basketball. K-State gets Alabama. That's a pretty big game. What's it going to take for a Wildcat victory?
Maybe some hopes and prayers would be where I would start.
We're sending those up.
Yeah, but then I also think that it's going to come down to not being overwhelmed when you get out there and go, that's Alabama. That's Will Anderson. That's Bryce Young. Nick Saban's over there. I've already had to tell Alec Bussey, the guy I work with, like, that's just another coach. He's freaking out about Nick Saban. He's ready for that first Saban press conference. I'm like, he's just a guy. But I think that they're going to have to go out there and be ready to be confident and just look at it as another team. And I think Chris Kleiman does a really good job of getting those guys in that mindset. And I think this team's really unique in the circumstance that they all have a ton of fun. Like that 2012 team for K-State seemed pretty buttoned up under Bill Snyder. This team was able to go out there and play very well, but also have fun and keep it loose at times. And I think that they'll know when it's time to, have the excitement of we're getting a shot at Bama versus let's tighten it up and let's go out and play good football. And I think that they'll be able to do that. So as long as all those guys kind of continue to treat things like they have every game this year, they should be in good shape.
All right, it'll be an exciting New Year's Eve.
It will, and hopefully a very exciting New Year's Eve, and it ends on the right note. Well, Mason, thank you again so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
And you guys don't go anywhere because there is more K-Nation after the break.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Bryce, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Come for the food and stay for the fun at the Pennant. Try our award-winning burgers, fries, and shakes, and stay for the vintage arcades and bowling, only in downtown Topeka.
Golden Corral on Southwest Wanamaker Road has been locally owned since 1999. Come join us in our newly remodeled dining room with updated decor, a stone fireplace, and an enhanced buffet area. Breakfast served Saturdays and Sundays. Pickup orders and catering available. Golden Corral in Topeka is looking for great service-minded people to fill positions with advancement opportunities. Serious applicants can walk in to complete an application.
Come on in and join us
at Golden Corral. Are you a super fan? K-State Superstore has the largest assortment of licensed K-State apparel and souvenirs waiting for you. And with our Superfan Rewards program, you'll enjoy even more. Fans can experience K-State Superstore at the stadium, online 24/7 at kstatesuperstore.com, and our new flagship location at 520 McCall Road. K-State Superstore, official retail partner of K-State Athletics.
Get 4 days of deals at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Kids' bikes start at $59.99 and take 20% off select rods and reels. Shop with confidence with our price match guarantee. Deals end Sunday. Visit your store or academy.com.
Sundays at 11:30 on 27 KSNT.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Bryce, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Lane's got the Christmas flowers going. We're going to check out some betting lines,
A poinsettia isn't a flower. Just to let you know.
Let's look at some betting lines. Big 12 basketball conference play just around the corner. Here's the odds to win the conference. The Cats and Hawks actually right next to each other in record, but Kansas is tied with Baylor as favorites to win the Big 12 at plus 210. It's a $10 bet to win 21. Wildcats are plus 10,000, $10 to win $1,000.
That's a good one.
Are you taking it?
Why not? Just to cost me $10. Sure.
10-1.
Yeah, exactly. They're a good team. We were just gassing them up.
Yeah.
I have to put my money where my mouth is, literally.
Oh, you got to now. Yeah. Thanks for watching K-Nation. Join us next Sunday and every Sunday right after the 10 p.m. news.
Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
17 steals. I don't know if I've ever had. Is that the highest that we've ever had since I've been here?
When that ball goes through the hole, whether it's dunks or threes, the guys
it just fires him up.
Well, he's got eyes everywhere all around his head. You know, he can see.